It was a week off.
Welcome back, and we're doing the third segment of the
Wednesday night
Week Preview Show. This matchup is between the nAy team.
Now, these are the games, the nAy team against the Men in Black. These are the games that I find, the other matchups, like we said, the big marquee matchup is the big one to watch.
But this is the biggest playoff indicator.
Right. These playoff scary matchups to see who's going to get into the dance, to me, makes that biggest difference. Because once you get in the playoffs, as we all know, look at last year and the year before, there's always one surprise team that finds themselves in the World Series, sometimes even pulling out wins. So we have the nAy team, who's been easily and clearly till now the biggest disappointment of the season.
You captured them in one word: disappointment.
Simply because they have the talent.
It's there. It's all there.
And it's not like they came in as a bad team and everybody said, "Oh, these guys are bad," which you've seen.
You look at the team on paper now; they're still good.
Right.
They're the best 1-5 team you'll ever see in your life.
Right. So far,
but to be fair, no, they're in every single game. Right. Maxi Deed was pitching well last week, and he had 2 one-run leads, 2 one-run deficits in the last inning, and then all of a sudden they just fell apart.
The doors opened up.
So between an error or whatever it is, but obviously they don't have the winning combination. But they're going up against a team.
Usually you say a bye is bad for a team. In history, when I play YMSL, and
over here is the best thing for them.
This might have been the best thing. They got a chance to regroup. Nathan came back from the A-team convention.
He was rejuvenated.
Very rejuvenated. They all got their signed autograph things. Everybody's back. They're all happy.
Rumors have it that Nathan has a mohawk now.
That's interesting.
Mr. T Mohawk.
Okay, I hope he's wearing a hat to work.
Yeah.
But that's funny. Whatchamacallit. So now going into Wednesday night's game, one thing people have been saying about this nAy team, and they've been saying what makes them a little, a little bit deceiving, the top heavy. That's what the word was. All the trades Nathan made them top heavy, which gave him Ishak and Max and Nathan and Jack Jamal. And there's another play, David Farka. I forget. 5 top heavy, but then everybody's questioning the back end of that lineup.
Well, you look at the back end of the lineup, it comes down to Halawani and Goldberg and guys of that ilk.
Not the challenge or not challenge, but that back end of the lineup, it sounds to me, have to really show they can hit. Granted, every team's back end of the lineup is not going to be as strong as the front end. It's just the way it is. We understand that. But people are putting more on them, saying that's why maybe they're not winning.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair, even the top guys haven't been getting on at the clip where we're used to. Nathan Zolta hasn't been great as we're expecting him to be. Ishak hasn't been great as we're expect him to be as well. And same for Farka, and same Jack Jamal has been struggling as well. So it's not like it's completely on the back end of the lineup. It's really the whole team on a whole hasn't been great.
This is a team I haven't watched, but the Men in Black I have watched. I've seen a lot of them.
Let's get out a little crazy stat about the Men in Black. Their winning percentage in Game 1 of their week is 1,000.
4-0.
And their winning percentage of Game 2 of their week are 0.
0-4.
So basically, they always come out strong. They come out hungry, and they just fall asleep.
I would say that's the perfect way of putting it, because Leo Casson is pitching well. Maybe a little bit too many walks.
Last game I saw him, he walked. He lost the strike zone.
Maybe a couple too many walks. I know he gets a little antsy with the umpires, and maybe because he gives them faces and gets a little angry, they maybe squeeze him more. I don't know. Sometimes it happens. They're humans.
Could be, but again, they come out hungrier and stronger in Game 1. That's what I'm hearing.
Right. Their lineup is great. They probably should put up more runs than they've been putting up. I think their meat hitters, back to back, what they have,
they could get something crazy rallies going.
And like Nemi,
like that.
Right now, Nemi, we saw he's the RBI leader. He has 14 RBIs. That's great. David Harari's going to pick it up. Stephen Gindy's been unbelievable.
Eli Harari's going to pick it up. Leo Pachotto.
And this is with Leo Pachotto really not hitting like the way I know Leo Pachotto could hit. If Leo picks it up the way I know he could hit, they really could.
If you would take every single team in the league and say, if every team was clicking on all cylinders, I would say aside for Linsanity, I think this team right here really could put up more runs than anybody if clicking on all cylinders at the same time.
Right, it's Noom Sanity, but okay.
Whatever.
So right now, looking at this matchup, seeing one thing before we go into predictions, this to me is so big for one reason. We could look at this team, the nAy team, and say they're out. They're 1-5. if they could somehow pull together a sweep, you bring in everybody to
No,
the pack.
if is a big word. If the queen had balls, she's the king.
Okay.
But again, you bring up a very good point.
But it would put the Men in Black, and if they could get the sweep, like we said, if they'd have the head-to-head on them, they'd be only a game behind with the Dictators. It would really bring that last
It would screw up the whole.
Yes, the
everyone
league
would be whatever.
Everybody would be turning their head saying, "Wow, anybody could be in the
It's funny
playoffs
you
now."
saying that because although I was down on them last week, I've been up and down on this team the entire season.
He was up the whole first half of the season until last week. He finally quit on them, and they didn't play. And again, I think it worked out well that they didn't play.
That's right.
They were missing a couple of ball players, and we never really like doing too many subs. It happens, but it worked out well. It was a rain out and unfortunate situation in the community, so we had to cancel. Let's go on to the
I think that time off was the best possible thing, and they have the talent, and they are going to put it together, and it's now or never, and I think the time is now. I'm back on the bandwagon. I really see this happening, and call me crazy, but I see a sweep by the nAy team. I see the nAy team coming out with really Ishak with a whole new mindset. I see Zolta rejuvenated. I see Maxi D with the time off with a fresh arm. I see really the nAy team coming out and putting on a romp on the Men in Black.
Wow. That's wild, and believe it or not...
One thing. I see that happening because I wasn't that impressed with Leo, the pitcher, Leo Casson.
Wow, throw somebody.
I'm not throwing him under the bus. I wasn't that impressed. I saw him walk 6 guys in a game, and maybe he was just not in the mood or whatever it was. I see them taking advantage of that, and I see him opening the door and just barging right through it.
For the record, I think Leo's second week this season, he had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning against
Leo's definitely a...
shades of gray team, shades of J, whatever.
No, but Leo is up and down. He's inconsistent.
I'm going to actually, believe it or not, after defending, I'm going to agree with Sammy. I'm going to say an A team is going to sweep because I feel that they know how urgent and important this week is.
It's now or never.
Exactly. I mean, if they get a split... They're hanging around.
I don't know. I think it's split and they're done.
No, split's not done. Mathematically, believe it or not, is all important. Last year, Mosham's team, we told him, if you guys sweep and a lot of crazy stuff happens, you make the playoffs. He's like, that's impossible.
It happened.
Guess what? Everything happened except for his sweep.
No, but I'm not talking about
mathematically.
Mathematically. I'm saying their psyche.
Their morale and psyche.
I think they need to sweep and they're going to get to sweep.
I believe it because I think they're coming with urgency. I think Maxi Deed's going to come with the Yedid mentality.
And again, Men in Black has been...
David Farker, I know, has been hitting the cages, getting ready. He had a sciatica issue. And he went and got the Sarno book.
He got an epidural also.
I believe, did he really?
Yeah.
Well, I hope he doesn't have a baby. But I believe he got the Sarno book. I told him to get it. I think he went and bought it and read it. He's going to be ready to rock and roll.
No, but I think the major thing is the game 2 every week of Men in Black, how they lose. I think that's the mentality. They're going to come in saying, oh, we're playing these guys, a bunch of bums. They're 1-5. We're much better than them. And I see them falling victim to their own, their biggest weakness. So there you go.
They're not going to come out hungry.
I don't think they're going to. I think they're not going to take them seriously, and it's a big mistake.
Maxi D could pitch, so it's a Wednesday night. Good luck.